Hi everyone, this is Heather with Salt on the Rocks, Holistic Wellness Spa and Remedies. Today we're talking about body transformations. There's a lot of buzzwords going around now about body contouring, body sculpting, and here at Salt on the Rocks we actually offer a modality that utilizes the most holistic means to achieve some fat loss, some inch loss, and that's strawberry laser lipo. I get the question often, what's the difference between strawberry laser lipo and Coolsculpting? So I want to go over just a couple of key differences today and explain a little bit of the science behind both of them. We do have a couple of free salt room events coming up that will go into more detail about what strawberry laser lipo does. So be sure to check out our September calendar for that. But short and skinny of it is, strawberry laser lipo uses a cold, low-level laser that actually kind of cheats the system. So when we work out, we have to get through the carb burning phase to get to the fat burning phase. And we know that that takes an extended amount of time before we actually get to that fat burning phase. But what happens to your body during that fat burning phase is what strawberry laser lipo actually mimics. So what happens is when you get in that fat burning phase, your fat cell becomes porous. And what's in your fat cell, triglycerides and water and glycerins, all of that actually leaches out. Now that's all over fat loss. So what happens is all that leaches out, your lymphatic system, if it's working properly, will actually pick that up and you'll excrete that through the normal metabolic process. Oftentimes, a lot of that is actually turned into energy, thus keeping you going. And then what happens to the fat cells is it actually shrinks. So that's how you lose weight. That's how you lose inches. With strawberry laser lipo, we're actually targeting those fat cells. We're making them porous, so everything leaches out, and then your lymphatic system picks it up and expels it as well. So that's why you actually see results immediately, even after the first treatment with strawberry laser lipo. So there are a few contraindications with strawberry laser lipo, like pacemakers, any kind of defibrillators, things like that. So we definitely don't want to do any of those. But outside of that, there's really not many contraindications for utilizing strawberry laser lipo. We're not changing anything inside your body. We're not removing anything. We're not killing anything. We're simply just kind of bypassing a portion of what we do when we work out so that we can target those fat cells. Now, strawberry laser lipo is specifically a targeted area, so that's not all over body loss. Now with Coolsculpting, it's also a non-ablative, non-invasive means to achieve some fat loss. What that does is it actually uses cooling panels and they freeze that area. So you have like two paddles and they kind of squeeze the fat in there and then it freezes that area. It's called cryolipolysis. And it freezes those fat cells and then the fat cells become crystallized, which means they die. And then over the course of the next, I think it's like 3 weeks to 2 months, your body starts to get rid of those kind of that dead tissue, those dead fat cells. Typically can take about 4 to 6 months for you to actually see those results there. It typically works better. Coolsculpting works better if you have a lot of fat that you want to do, but the tricky part is that the paddles will only squish in, so much in there. So that when you do Coolsculpting is actually changing what's going on in your body because we're killing off fat cells. But it is non-invasive. It is, there's really not any downtime. The difference between strawberry and Coolsculpting as far as any kind of pain or anything, I don't think it's, they're pretty much the same. Coolsculpting is uncomfortable because everything freezes, it gets really cold, and there can be some bruising and some pain associated with that. But as far as downtime, you can kind of go back to normal activities. So the other things with Coolsculpting that we don't have with strawberry laser is that there's no, we haven't seen any reports of any kind of burning, scarring. There's no strange proportions or lumps. So sometimes when you actually change what's going on in the body and you remove fat cells, your body kind of freaks out a little bit and it will take fat cells from other areas and move them to the place that you just froze. And then you can kind of get some lumps and bumps along the way. And I'm reading through some of my notes here, so bear with me. It is uncommon really for that to happen when things kind of move to a different area. But it does tend to work best on certain fat cells. So one thing to remember, and I've got this little handy dandy kind of chart here. A lot of my information comes from both the manufacturer's websites as well as realself.com. They're a website that has tons of reviews on various different modalities. So treatment time for strawberry laser is 20 minutes. Coolsculpting is an hour, give or take. The process actually with strawberry shrinks the fat cell. The process with Coolsculpting is it freezes and kills the fat cell. With strawberry, you get immediate results. With Coolsculpting, it can take from 1 to 3 months, give or take. There's really no side effects with strawberry. Side effects with Coolsculpting is you can have kind of some bruising and some lumping, bumping, that kind of stuff. There's no pain with strawberry at all. There is extreme cold, kind of numbness, that kind of thing with Coolsculpting as it implies. Costs, as far as both go, they're pretty comparable. Strawberry laser is an 8 treatment regimen. What we do at SALT is not just the treatment. We try to help you achieve those immediate results so that you can continue to be motivated to do the things that are going to give you long-lasting results. Be sure to look out for the blog. There's a detailed blog coming out not too long on strawberry versus Coolsculpting. And of course, make sure that you come by one of our strawberry laser lipo events in September and learn even more and ask a bunch of questions, see if you're a candidate. Thanks for stopping in. This is Heather with Salt on the Rocks, Holistic Wellness Spa and Remedies.